In 1983, the CIA drafted a document called the Gateway Process. This document outlined various techniques and concepts related to consciousness expansion and remote viewing, linking the research initiated by the Army in the late 1970s. This was not just another defense experiment. It was a deep exploration into psychic phenomena and altered states of consciousness, examining how specific brain frequencies could allow the human mind to access other dimensions of reality. Through deep states of meditation and synchronization of the brain's hemispheres, participants managed to expand their consciousness beyond the body's physical limits, reaching into non-physical realms of the universe. The CIA's declassified documents reveal how binaural sounds were used to induce a state of brain coherence, similar to the advanced meditative states of Tibetan monks. Remarkably, these states of coherence are not just states of deep relaxation. They serve as a true doorway to other dimensions and a means to connect with the quantum matrix of the universe. This experiment has unsettling parallels with the shamanic practices of ancient Mesoamerican and Tibetan cultures. Both shamans and advanced meditators understood that synchronizing with specific frequencies allowed consciousness to travel outside the body, exploring other realities. This knowledge is not modern, but part of ancient wisdom that science is now rediscovering. Between the 1970s and the 1990s, the CIA launched the Stargate Project, an experiment to investigate whether the human mind could perceive distant events and places beyond ordinary senses. Known as remote viewing, this ability allowed certain people to observe places, objects, and even future events from vast distances. What began as a military curiosity to overcome espionage barriers soon evolved into a profound exploration of the hidden potential of consciousness. Among the project's most fascinating cases was Ingo Swann, a psychic participant who could visualize and describe the ring of Jupiter before space probes confirmed its existence. This experiment proved something groundbreaking: that human consciousness can transcend space and time, accessing information that under traditional laws of physics should be deemed impossible. Remote viewing raises a fundamental question. What role does consciousness play in the very structure of the universe? If the mind can access information beyond space and time, does that imply our reality is intertwined with non-physical dimensions? And if so, what potential lies within human consciousness as we learn to unlock these states? This brings us to an enduring mystery: the disappearance of Mexican neuroscientist and psychologist Jacobo Grinberg in 1994. Grinberg dedicated his life to studying the connection between consciousness and reality, investigating how the human brain interacts with what he called the lattice, a quantum framework underlying the universe. He believed the brain doesn't produce consciousness. Rather, it acts as a receiver of a network of cosmic energy. His work with the shaman Pachita, also known as Barbara Guerrero, led him to witness extraordinary healing phenomena that defied physical laws, including her renowned ability to materialize organs and perform complex surgical procedures without traditional medical equipment. This profound experience reshaped his understanding of consciousness and energy, as he observed how Pachita manipulated reality through intention. According to Grinberg, Pachita and other spiritual masters could connect with the lattice and alter reality at will. But his work took a dark turn when he vanished in December 1994, just days before presenting some of his most critical findings. Many have speculated that his investigation took him too far, perhaps by uncovering secrets that certain groups preferred to keep hidden. What is clear is that his work was deeply connected to the same principles investigated in the Gateway Process and the Stargate Project: the capacity of the human mind to alter and explore the reality of the universe. What does all this mean for us? These experiments aren't just scientific curiosities or conspiracy theories. They reveal the limitless possibilities of human potential. If consciousness can transcend time and space, influence matter, and connect with higher dimensions, then you too have this capability. Your life's purpose extends far beyond what you have been led to believe. You aren't here merely to explore the physical reality, but to remember that you are a multidimensional being. The universe itself is a field of pure potential, and you are part of that creation. When you understand it and train your consciousness, you gain a new perspective, one where the limits of reality are malleable, and where you can access a much higher purpose. The Gateway process and the Stargate Project were only the initial explorations of what human consciousness can do. You also have access to these skills through practices such as meditation, visualization, synchronization of the brain hemispheres, breathwork techniques, and the use of binaural audios. You can begin to experience these high states of consciousness. In these states, you will not only feel more connected with the universe, but you will also be able to access higher dimensions where the answers to the most profound questions of your life reside. This isn't just theory. Numerous experiments affirm that the human mind possesses extraordinary abilities. In 1971, physicist Russell Targ and engineer Harold Puthoff conducted remote viewing experiments at the Stanford Research Institute. The results were remarkable. Participants could accurately describe places and objects that were thousands of kilometers away. In 1988, experiments at the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Lab revealed that human thought could influence electronic devices, causing slight fluctuations in machine outputs. These experiments suggest that human consciousness can directly influence the physical world, something that was dismissed by conventional science at the time, but is now being reconsidered. The real question is, are you willing to awaken this power within yourself? It isn't just about gaining knowledge, but about applying these principles in your daily life. Every thought, emotion, and intention carries the potential to shape your reality. When you act consciously, you align with your soul's purpose and the reasons for your life's journey. Remember, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. The knowledge we are rediscovering isn't new. It's been known by shamans, monks, and mystics. Now, modern science is beginning to pull back the veil, revealing what has always been there. Your consciousness is the portal to an infinite universe. In the text, The Creative Force of Love, Jacobo Grinberg explores two fundamental forces in the universe, one of attraction, which unifies and creates, and one of repulsion, which individualizes and separates. Together, these forces keep the universe balanced, binding it in cohesion and maintaining diversity. If only unification existed, everything would collapse into a single form. If only separation, the cosmos would disperse into chaos, destruction, and planetary crises. Human experience mirrors this cosmic balance. When unity and individualization are in harmony, we feel both connected and unique. However, the modern world, through extreme individualism, leans toward separation, causing conflict, isolation, and harm. This has distanced us from self-awareness, making us forget the true possibilities of our potential. Humanity's overemphasis on separation has led to widespread issues like war, selfishness, conflicts, and environmental destruction, driving a dire need to restore the equilibrium with love. Returning to balance is essential, and love, rooted in awareness and connection, serves as the pathway back. Grinberg asserts that love is not merely a human emotion, but a primal unifying force that predates the universe and is crucial for restoring balance and unity, transforming fear, confusion, and even hatred. It is a force of attraction, a unifying energy that connects us. Meditation becomes a key practice in this reconnection. Through focused, equanimous observation of both inner and outer experiences, we can access a consciousness of unity that transcends the self. In the next few minutes, we will explore the most effective technique for entering the state of no self, as Jacobo Grinberg described it. This technique helped him connect with his higher self, with the whole, and unify with the infinite. It begins simply. Sit down, close your eyes, and observe your breathing. As you do, thoughts and sensations will naturally arise. Don't repress them. When a thought appears, let it pass and return your attention to your breath. Another thought might arise. Just observe how it appears and fades away. Then return to your breathing. This phase is about preparation, teaching you to concentrate, focus your attention, and clear the mind, not by fighting it, as resisting only strengthens it. In fact, fighting your mind is the worst thing you can do. To clear the mind and transcend bothersome, repetitive thoughts, you must paradoxically allow and accept them first. Let them emerge freely, over and over, until they begin to quiet. Paradoxically, by accepting these thoughts, you allow them to pass, to surface and fade, until they begin to calm down. Eventually, you can merge with your breath and reach the point of stillness and presence. This is the first step to entering a state of supreme consciousness. The second phase involves observing your thoughts, body, and sensations in a unified way, without judgment or analysis. Begin by focusing on your breath, then gradually shift your attention to the top of your head, noticing the tactile sensations on the surface. Gradually move through your entire body, part by part, as if washing over it. Observe and accept each sensation until you can perceive it as a unified whole, regaining a clear sense of your body. It's like recovering your body's image. When you observe your body this way, you are both witnessing and feeling it at the same time. Achieving this aligns with the Buddhist practice of Vipassana, an extraordinary method of healing and cleansing. In this state, you can perceive your entire body as a unity, accepting everything that occurs within it, while maintaining a transcendent, detached perspective that transcends attachment to the sensations themselves. The next step is to activate a simultaneous perception, allowing you to sense your entire body and all its bodily sensations, while also being aware of your breathing. This step also involves paying attention to your thoughts, observing what thoughts arise, the relationships between them, and the networks they form. As you do this, maintain the same attitude you had while perceiving your breathing and body, free of judgments or analysis, accepting all the thoughts that arise while placing yourself as a witness to them. You will simultaneously feel and experience your thoughts, while maintaining a transcendent perspective toward them. This is where the extraordinary begins. Once you can maintain this simultaneous observation, begin to pay attention to your emotions. What emotional changes do you notice? What are the emotional tones and qualities? Observe your emotions with the same attitude you had when observing your thoughts, body, and breathing. When you achieve this observation of your emotions, you will be simultaneously aware of your breathing, body, thoughts, and emotions. At this point, the magic and connection begin. Once you master the technique, you will experience unification with the infinite and enter the state of no self, leading to an encounter with your true essence. The next step is to observe the sounds of your environment in the same way you observed your thoughts, emotions, and body. This involves making a simultaneous observation of the environment, body, emotions, thoughts, and more. Then, turn your attention to the visual world. Eventually, you may reach a moment when you can simultaneously observe all the components of your experience. In that moment, something extraordinary happens. You cross a threshold and connect with your true self. But who is this self with whom you connect? It cannot be fully described, as it unifies all that is. This is the technique that Jacobo Grinberg recommends for entering into unification with the infinite. He called it flowing in the no-self. Incorporating simultaneous observation into your practice allows you to reach a threshold where all the conceptions you had of yourself disappear, and you connect with something that is beyond those conceptions, yet much closer to your true self than ever before. You realize that this self is inseparable from the totality. Reaching this state is truly spectacular. You experience a profound shift, where there is neither consciousness nor love as separation. There is simply being, pure presence, beyond words. It doesn't have an added quality of love. It is love itself. It is an infinite field of love, presence, and unity that encompasses every aspect of existence. There is no division between I and you. There is only pure presence that knows it is all that is. It is the light that doesn't need an external source, the peace that endures regardless of what happens. And you are the one who always knew. I hope this information helps you, and always remember, you hold immense power within, far beyond the physical world. You are here to awaken to it. Thank you for listening.